Okay, the aim of this video will be to give us a way to name angles so that when there's a picture with lots of different things going on, we can be clear about which angles we're actually wanting to talk about. So the first thing we'll do is to give names to points. Now the best way to think about points is probably just as a location. So when we say A over here, we don't necessarily mean the angle. We mean this spot, this location that the yellow arrow is pointing to. Okay, now if I wanted to talk about the angle there, I might write something like angle A. You see that little angle symbol in front? That would mean we're talking about the angle rather than the point. Okay, now that's okay in this case because it's kind of obvious which angle we're trying to talk about. But if the picture gets more complicated, then, well, angle A might not be this one anymore, right? Because it could be this guy right next to it, or it could even mean the 180 degree straight angle there, although of course that barely ever happens, so we won't worry about that as much. Okay, we don't really name those as often. So let's give a proper name to this angle here. Okay, what you want to imagine is that you're trying to draw the angle, and by that I mean draw the lines, the arms that form that angle. So we'll start at a point D here. We'd have to draw across to the A, then up to the C, and that's how you'd draw the angle. Okay, so you name it in the same way you draw it. You go from D to A to C. So we get angle DAC like that. Now, of course, you could have drawn it the other way as well, and it doesn't change anything. So we could have written CAD like that, and it would have meant the same as DAC. But what about the acute angle in there? Well, we could draw that by starting at point B over here, then would move across to A and up to C. So this time, it would be angle B, A, and C. Once again, we could have switched it to CAB, and it would make no difference. Last one, though, will be this green one up here. So we'll start at A this time. We'll move up to C, then across to F. So we get angle ACF. Now, all these angles have a number value, so maybe like 60 degrees or something like that. So if we want to say that the blue and green angles are the same size, we could say it that way by writing something like angle BAC equals angle ACF, like that. Okay, so we can start putting these things into little equations and sentences like that. One last note, if you want to talk about a reflex angle at a point, you might notice this system doesn't really allow for that directly. But that's okay, since we actually rarely have to talk about them like that, but if we do, we just have to write it out in words, like actually literally write reflex angle BAC, or something like that. Okay, so that's how we name angles. Thanks for watching, see you around.